Hello everyone, welcome to Lukmaan IAS. Today we are going to have the Hindu newspaper analysis dated 15th of July 2023. So we are going to take into account all those articles that are important for the prelims exam and also for the mains exam. So today I have identified 12 such articles that are going to be very important for the paper. Okay, so let's see those articles one by one, and we are going to start discussion on these topics. So these are the topics that I have listed, there are 8 topics in this page. So you can see I have listed the name of the topics, the relevance with the paper, and also the page number in the Hindu newspaper. Okay, so in your free time you can download this particular PDF and you can start learning from here. Okay, you can download the PDF and you can refer to this. Okay, so all the articles, relevance and the page number are mentioned. So let us start discussing. So good evening Rutu. So let us start the discussion now. The first topic says virtual summit, virtual silence. Okay, so we will understand about this topic, what this topic wants to talk about all. So the topic 1, let's discuss about this topic in detail. Okay, so topic 1, virtual summit, virtual silence. Okay, so we are going to discuss about this particular topic now. It was an editorial topic. It came in the editorial of the Hindu newspaper. So this topic is about Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Okay, this topic is about Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So recently the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit, okay, which is known as SCO Summit, this particular summit was held virtually. Okay, this summit was held virtually. Virtually means it was conducted online between the leaders. Okay, so this virtual summit was conducted online, and the author is pondering about why this summit was conducted online. What was the reason of conducting it in online mode? Okay, why the leaders of this summit did not attend this particular summit in person or in offline mode? So for that, before we understand that aspect, we need to understand that this Shanghai Cooperation Organization has 8 member states. Okay, it has 8 member states. How many countries are part of it? 8 countries, and these 8 countries include India, China, Russia, Pakistan, plus 4 Central Asian countries. Okay, plus 4 Central Asian countries. So this Shanghai Cooperation Organization has India, China, Russia, Pakistan and 4 other Central Asian countries. They are part of this summit. So now you can understand that the members of this Shanghai Cooperation Organization, they do have certain kind of hostilities among themselves. For example, if I talk about India and Pakistan, the India and Pakistan relation is most of the time strained, in the sense their relation is not that good. And if I talk about India-China relationship, that is also strained nowadays. And if I talk about relationship of India with Russia, this relationship is good, India-Russia relationship is good, but at this point of time Russia-Ukraine war is happening. Okay, Russia is in the middle of a conflict which is known as Russia-Ukraine war. This is happening. Since Russia-Ukraine war is happening, many countries, many European countries have started pushing India to take a side, either to take side of Russia or to take side of the Western countries. But for India wants to maintain neutrality in this particular aspect, and India is a supporter of non-alignment movement. What it means? It means India does not want to take any side. It wants to have its own relationship in a manner that it thinks it fits India's interest. Okay. So now if I talk about this summit being held online or virtual summit, recently the Foreign Secretary of India was asked by some of the journalists that why the Shanghai Cooperation Organization summit was conducted virtually, and that person did not give proper reason. Okay, that person did not give proper reason. So that's why the author over here, the author has mentioned some of the reasons that he thinks maybe the probable reason that this summit was not held, held in a virtual manner. So one of the reason that the author has cited, right, that why it was held in a virtual manner, why it was not conducted in person, why all these countries did not come together. One of the things that the author has said that China acts as a reason. Okay, author said that China acts as a reason for conducting this thing in online mode. Why? Because author says India and China, right, between India and China some kind of strain is going on, because China has let's say has transgressed into the bordering areas of India, and so some conflict is happening between India and China in two bordering areas. So India wants those regions to be cleared by China, so that India-China border dispute is happening. Okay, India-China border dispute, because of the India-China border dispute. So that's why the Prime Minister of India, he might have thought of not participating in the summit in offline mode. Okay, so this China can act as a reason for conducting this particular summit in offline mode. Okay, so the author is saying for conducting this thing in online mode, China may be a reason, because India-China relationship is strained because of transgression of Chinese Chinese forces, armed forces into the bordering areas in the northern part and northeastern part of India. Apart from this, the author also mentions the border and Belt and Road Initiative and the Eurasian thing. Okay, the author mentions Belt and Road Initiative. Okay, Belt and Road Initiative, which is also in short known as BRI initiative of China. So this Belt and Road Initiative means China is constructing a big road. This road is going to connect various countries from China to the, let's say western portion of Asia. It passes through some of the territories of Pakistan, through Afghanistan, and through Central Asia. So this Belt and Road Initiative, India believes that this particular Belt and Road Initiative was made through the area that are claimed by India, that this area belongs to India. But now it is, let's say, Pakistan occupied Kashmir, or the area that Pakistan, the area of India that Pakistan has given to China. So that Belt and Road Initiative is also a reason for this. Okay, the author believes that this is also a reason. Then also author believes that it is because of Eurasia gains of China, China has tried to gain portions of Eurasia through that economic activities that it is doing. Okay, so that will be one of the reason that the author has mentioned. Apart from this, the author has mentioned another thing, that the summit that was held, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization summit that was held, it was held virtually because of another reason, because at this point of time, if I talk about Russia is indulged in a kind of war with Ukraine. So Russia is itself so much occupied, and if these leaders meet together over there, so naturally the question of this war will arise in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So India wants to, let's say, avoid that particular discussion over there. Okay, India wants to avoid, and although Russia has showcased, Russia has talked about that it was able to maintain its sovereignty because of internal disturbance, because you might have heard about that some people rebelled against Russia in Russia. They were earlier, let's say, military personnel of Russia. They have started a mutiny, but that mutiny was stopped by Vladimir Putin. Okay, So this is the thing. So author says that like in this particular summit a silence was seen, okay, a silence was seen, that silence on Ukraine war, okay, the silence on Ukraine war was seen, because none of the leaders, neither India nor Pakistan nor China nor any Central Asian country, even Russia did not mention about this particular thing. So this topic is revolving around Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization is a military organization. It's a regional organization as well, okay. We can consider it to be an intergovernmental organization, because only governments of different countries are members of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. What you need to do, you need to learn about the members of this particular members of this particular organization. So with this, we will now take a question on this topic, okay. So in this article they have also mentioned about this new development bank, okay. So we are going to discuss a topic related to new development bank. China is a member of this particular bank, so we will discuss about this. So let's read this question, we will try to solve this question, okay. So it says, with reference to new development bank NDB, consider the following statements. One of the statement is, the 8th annual meeting of the NDB hosted by Russia was held at Moscow. Second, it says members of New Development Bank are Brazil, Russia, China, South Africa, Bangladesh, United Arab Emirates and Egypt. Means it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 members, okay. So here we need to identify which of these statements are incorrect, okay. We need to identify which statements are incorrect. We do not need to identify the correct statement. So the first statement is incorrect, because it was recently held, the 8th annual meeting of the New Development Bank, it was held in China, okay. This was held in China, it was not held, it was not hosted by Russia. And second statement, the member countries of this particular organization, these are the member countries. I hope it is visible. They are Brazil, Russia, China, South Africa, Bangladesh, United Arab Emirates and Egypt. So all of them are members of it. So we need to identify incorrect statement. Incorrect is one only. It means option A would be the right answer in our case, okay. Option A would be the right answer in this case. So with this, we will move to the next topic quickly. We'll see. So we have also given solution to this question. You can download the PDF in your free time and then you can read about it, okay. With this, we came to another topic. It says this, there are two articles. One article was in page number 1, and the other was in some other page, I think 12 or 8 number page, right. So it is mentioned in the starting portion itself, from which page. So it says, Madras High Court rules in favor of Enforcement Directorate in this Senthibalaji case, okay. So this was the page number 1 heading. Then next page heading is, in a setback to Minister Senthibalaji, Madras High Court rules in favor of Enforcement Directorate, okay. So we are going to understand about this topic. It says, the court upholds the right of the Enforcement Directorate to subject money laundering accused to custodial interrogation, says minister can be taken into custody even after expiry of 15 days from his arrest on June 13, okay. So this topic is very important, because here now we will understand about this topic, this is topic number 2. This is related to Madras High Court ruling, okay. Madras High Court ruling in Enforcement Directorate related case. I am just writing ED case, okay. So this case pertains to a minister, okay. This case pertains to a minister who has been booked, okay. This minister has been booked. Booked means arrested, okay. This minister has been booked or arrested by Enforcement Directorate, okay, ED. And the charges that were let's say put on this particular person was based on PMLA Act, okay. PMLA Act means like Prevention of Money Laundering Act, okay. So it is Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Prevention of Money Laundering Act. So this minister, I mean like he is a member of let's say like State Legislative Assembly. So that minister was booked or let's say like arrested, okay. He was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate, and the wife of the minister filed a case, okay, filed a case in Madras High Court, okay, Madras High Court, seeking let's say like seeking relief under habeas corpus, okay, relief under writ jurisdiction habeas corpus, okay. So seeking relief, she was seeking relief for the minister. So we will now discuss about the writ petition, okay. Writ petition means like here the minister was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate and his wife has approached the High Court seeking release of the minister, So they have sought relief under, they have written a writ petition, okay, they have written a writ petition, and that writ petition is based on habeas corpus, okay, it is based on habeas corpus, okay. Habeas corpus means to have the body, okay, to have the body. It simply means that a court can direct the police officials, jail authorities, or in this case the Enforcement Directorate to present that particular minister, that person in front of the court, so that the court can be assured that this person is alive and this person is like well, I mean physically, mentally well, so that like the court may take decision in this case, okay. Habeas corpus is a writ, I mean like it is a writ which is like it is mentioned in the Constitution of India also, and we do have many such writs, okay. We have 5 different types of writs. I am going to write about those writs also, although like we are not going to discuss in detail about these writs because like that's a part of polity lectures, GS paper 2 lectures, but like we are going to understand about the writs that are available, okay, writs that are available. So what are the writs that are available? One of the writs that we have talked about is habeas corpus. So people who are watching this lecture online, they can also mention the name of these writs, okay. Just mention the name of these writs in the comment section so that I also understand that you know the name at least of these writs, okay. Habeas corpus, then another is certiorari, then we have mandamus, okay, then we have prohibition, right, then we have, yes, write these I mean like writs there in the comment section, okay. Then we have quo warranto, okay. So these writs are part of the fundamental rights itself, okay, they are part of fundamental rights, okay. So we do have like writs available, right. So this is habeas corpus means to have the body in front of the court may direct the officials, the court may direct let's say the police authorities and other officials to produce a person in front of the court so that the court may go ahead with the let's say hearing purpose. Then certiorari means like it means to be certified. Let's say a person is holding a public office, okay, let's say a person is holding a public office. So if that person is holding a public office, so with what authority, right, with what authority he is holding that thing, okay. So that's known as certiorari, to be certified. Mandamus means it is a command from the court side. So court can command, court can say like we command you to do this thing, okay, that is mandamus. Then prohibition, the court may prohibit, right? The court may prohibit a lower court from proceeding with a case, okay? So it may take that case, you know, onto itself, it may take that case, that is prohibition. Then next is quo warranto. Quo warranto means like, you know, with what authority. So you can read all these let's say like, you know, writs under the Constitution of India, you can learn about them, and that will be beneficial for you, so you know, for the prelims exam. So this is the thing, like, you know, in this article the only thing is that the Madras High Court, they did not grant any relief to the minister. The Madras High Court has given a ruling in favor of the Enforcement Directorate, because the Enforcement Directorate was, let's say like, you know, looking into the case through an angle of Prevention of Money Laundering Act, okay? So that minister might have been involved into money laundering related matter, okay? Money laundering related matters, like that, okay? So this is all in this article. So with this, like, you know, we'll go ahead and like we'll take another topic. Now we have another topic. It says third lunar odyssey commences with perfect launch, okay? So this article is related to Chandrayaan 3 mission. You might be knowing that, like, you know, this is the third variant of Chandrayaan mission that ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, has launched, okay? So in this article we are going to understand about Chandrayaan related thing, okay? So let's discuss about this quickly. So I am writing topic number 3. So in this topic we will understand about Chandrayaan 3 mission or Chandrayaan mission. So before this, like, we had Chandrayaan 1 mission, then we had Chandrayaan 2 mission, okay? We had Chandrayaan 2 mission, and that Chandrayaan 2 mission was launched by ISRO in the year of 2019, and that mission was not a complete success, it was not a complete failure, but like, you know, partially we can consider it to be a failure mission because it was not able to achieve all the objectives, right, that it had, okay? Chandrayaan 2 mission was not able to achieve. To fulfill the unfulfilled requirement of Chandrayaan 2 mission, we have now launched Chandrayaan 3 mission, okay? We have now launched Chandrayaan 3 mission. So what are the objectives of Chandrayaan 3 mission? Number one objective of Chandrayaan 3 mission is that, like, you know, we want to have a soft landing, okay? We want to have a soft landing on moon, okay? We want to have a soft landing on moon. Second thing is we want to land on the southern pole, okay, or south pole of the moon, south pole of the moon. So landing on the south pole of the moon, like, India will become the first country in the world to have landed in the south pole of the moon, okay? First country in the world if this particular mission becomes successful. The Chandrayaan 3 mission was launched by ISRO yesterday on 14th of July, okay? That was second thing. Third is, like, we will like, you know, we will do technical studies, okay? We will do technical studies, like we will do technical studies or scientific studies of moon. So these are the let's say like objectives of this particular mission, Chandrayaan 3 mission. And apart from this, now we are going to understand some more technical things associated with Chandrayaan 3 mission. So this Chandrayaan 3 mission was launched using a vehicle which is known as Launch Vehicle Mark 3, okay? Launch Vehicle Mark 3, okay? In short, LVM3. So we have launched it using Launch Vehicle Mark 3. That Launch Vehicle Mark 3 is the heaviest and most powerful satellite launching vehicle that is available with the Indian Space Research Organization, okay, which is available with Indian Space Research Organization. So if we talk about the Chandrayaan 3 mission, if this mission becomes successful, Okay, if this mission becomes successful, so it will showcase India's capacity, okay, India's capacity for another upcoming mission. That another upcoming mission is known as Gaganyaan mission. So in the next article, I mean, like, I'm going to discuss about that. So next article is Gaganyaan mission, okay, Gaganyaan mission. So in Gaganyaan mission, what we are going to do, we are going to send 3 astronauts, okay, we are going to send 3 astronauts to space, okay, we are going to send 3 astronauts to space. So that is going to be a human space flight mission, okay, human space flight. Gaganyaan mission is going to be a human space flight mission. And if I talk about the Chandrayaan mission, like, you know, that we are talking about, so most of the components, most important components that are there in that mission, so they are human rated, okay, these components are human rated, in the sense, like, you know, even if human beings are onboarded into that mission, so it will be able to, let's say, safeguard the life of the human being. So success of this particular mission is a precursor to the Gaganyaan mission, because Gaganyaan mission will be a human rated mission, means like we are going to send human beings into the space through the Gaganyaan mission. Now if I talk about the components that were part of the you know, Chandrayaan mission, so if I talk about the components that are part of the Chandrayaan mission, okay, what components were there in the Chandrayaan mission? So let's discuss about technical components also, okay. One of the component is known as propulsion module, okay, one of the component in this mission is known as propulsion module. In short, it is known as propulsion module. Second, a lander module, okay, a lander module. In short, it can be said as LM, okay. And along with lander module, we have a rover also and a rover, okay, lander module and a rover. All these 3 components together, okay, if I talk about these 3 components, the propulsion module, the lander module and the rover, they are together known as integrated module, okay, they are together known as integrated module, okay. All these 3 modules together are known as integrated module. Now let's start understanding about the structure of this thing, okay, let's start understanding about structure of this particular thing. So let's say, like, you know, this is the launch vehicle, okay. So what we have, let's say, like, you know, this is the rocket that was launched from Sriharikota. So, like, you know, I'm also going to talk about this thing. So it was launched from the Chandrayaan 3 mission, okay, just a minute, let me make it little small, okay. So let us write about the component first, then we are going to understand a little more, okay. So over here, these 2 components, okay, these 2 components, these have solid fuels in them, okay, it has solid fuels, okay, these 2 components has solid fuels in them. If I talk about the middle one has liquid fuel, and this one has cryogenic, okay, cryogenic, this is cryogenic stage, means, like, you know, this is the thing which is, let's say, under very negative temperature, minus temperature, okay, it is there. So this is known as cryogenic stage, okay, cryogenic stage. And the top one, this top one, it has payloads, okay, it has payloads. What are payloads? Payload means, like, you know, it actually has the satellite. The actual satellite is there here, and all of these things are part of the rocket. I mean, like they are going to help the rocket to ascend, help the rocket to go up. Okay, so like they are part of the engines, right? They are part of the engines. So this is the thing. And if I talk about this Chandrayaan 3 mission, so this mission was launched by ISRO from Satish Dhawan Space Center. Okay, this is also very important information. Satish Dhawan Space Center, which in short is known as Satish Dhawan Space Center. Where it is located? It is located at Sriharikota. Satish Dhawan Space Center is located at Sriharikota. Where is Sriharikota located? Sriharikota is located in the state of Andhra Pradesh, okay, in Bay of Bengal, in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So this is the thing. Apart from this, like if I talk about some other thing, so the rocket that was used, okay, the rocket that was used for launching Chandrayaan 3, it is known as, this rocket is known as Launch Vehicle Mark 3. I may have already mentioned, it is Launch Vehicle Mark 3, LMB3. Okay. Now let's discuss about the trajectory of the rocket. Let's discuss about the trajectory of the rocket. Okay. So let's say this is Earth. Okay. Let's say this these are let's say this one is moon, then around moon okay. So from Earth what we are doing, this is planet Earth. So from Earth we are launching the rocket. This rocket, I mean, with all its payloads, it is going to revolve around Earth, in these orbits, and later on, it will go to this elliptical parking orbit, and later on, it is going to, let's say, going to revolve around Sun in an orbit that has 100 kilometer, okay, 100 kilometer into 100 kilometer orbit, okay, 100 kilometer into 100 kilometer orbit of moon, okay, orbit of moon. This orbit of moon is known as circular orbit, okay, it is going to be a circular orbit. So the lander module that is there on this thing, the lander module that is there on, let's say, this Chandrayaan 3 mission, this lander module has a lifetime of 1 lunar day, okay, 1 lunar day, and which is equal to 14 Earth days, okay, which is equal to 14 Earth days, okay, this is equal to 14 Earth days. I hope this is all clear, okay, I hope this is all clear related to this thing. Now, okay, so these are the things that we have discussed related to this. Now, so this is this is what is mentioned in this article. Apart from this, the next article that we have over here, I have also explained this particular article there itself, okay, I have explained this article there itself. So here, they have mentioned that this Gaganyaan mission, I mean, it was the dedication of not only the scientists of ISRO, but all other units who have supported this mission. There are many units in India, many private agencies, many government agencies who have supplied one or other component for this Chandrayaan mission. So like once this mission becomes successful, so it will be, let's say, beneficial to all the people. It will be beneficial to all the people, and all those organizations who are associated with this, they will feel proud of being part of this. Yes, good evening Sakshi. Now apart from this, the next part over here, it says over the moon praises pour in across party lines. I mean, like all political party people, either they are from, let's say, like BJP, Congress or any other party, they have all praised ISRO for their successful launch of the Chandrayaan mission. So with this, we are going to learn about another topic quickly, and before that, let's solve this question. This is a question that we are going to take into account with reference to Chandrayaan 3 mission. With reference to Chandrayaan 3 mission, consider the following statements. India will become the only country to land on the south pole of the moon, okay, with the success of this mission. The first statement says India will become the only country to land on the south pole of the moon with the success of this mission. This statement is right. Second, it says Chandrayaan 3 has been placed into elliptical parking orbit. Yes, it has been placed into the elliptical parking orbit. I have drawn that orbit as well for you. Third, it says it has been launched from Satish Dhawan Space Center in Thiruvananthapuram. Okay, Satish Dhawan Space Center in Thiruvananthapuram. So where it is? It is in Sriharikota. Sriharikota, not in Thiruvananthapuram. Okay. So how many of the above statements are incorrect? They are asking how many of the above statements are incorrect. It is also important that we should give importance to this line, okay, because sometimes we may think like 2 of them are correct, we will mark 2, but like they are asking us to identify incorrect statements. So how many of them would be incorrect? Okay, how many of them? Only one of them will be incorrect, and the correct answer for this question is option A. Option A, because only the third statement is incorrect. Okay, only the third statement is incorrect, this one. First and second statements are correct in this question. So with this, we are going to move to the next part of the discussion. You can download this PDF from the description of the YouTube video and go through the solution, okay, go through the detailed solution. Then we have another topic. It says data protection bill, okay. The data protection bill poses severe restrictions to RTI Act NCPRI cautions government, okay. So this article came with reference to the digital personal data protection bill, okay. So recently a bill has been introduced in the parliament, okay. Let's say this is topic number 5, okay. This is related to personal data protection bill. I am not writing the heading of the, let's say, topic, but the crux of this thing is the digital personal data protection bill. So we will understand about this topic. This topic revolves around this central thing, which is digital personal data protection bill, okay, digital personal data protection bill. This topic revolves around digital personal data protection bill, which has been cleared for introducing in the Parliament of India. And this bill is going to meddle with the Right to Information Act. It is going to meddle with Right to Information Act 2005. Right to Information Act 2005. How? Under Right to Information Act, an individual or an organization or anyone interested, they can seek information under RTI Act. They can seek information from government entities under RTI Act. Okay, they can seek information from government entities under RTI Act. But this Digital Personal Data Protection Bill that is being introduced in the Parliament, this has a provision, and that provision says that under RTI, if someone is seeking personal data of an individual, okay, personal data of an individual, that data can be denied, okay, that data can be denied by the competent authority. And if the competent authority denies giving that particular data, if the competent authority denies giving that particular data, so this Right to Information Act 2005, it will no longer stay a act that will be very beneficial for the people, because we are going to lose the teeth from this particular act, the real power of, let's say, extracting the information. So in this article the author has said that this particular Digital Personal Data Protection Bill, it seeks to take away the basic tenets of the Right to Information Act 2005. And there is a body also which is known as the National Campaign for People's Right to Information. Okay, so this is in short known as National Campaign for People's Right to Information, NCPRI. Okay, NCPRI. Okay, I am writing the full form also. The National Campaign for People's Right to Information. Okay, for People's Right to Information. Basically, this particular body has raised its voice against the Digital Personal Data Protection Bill by citing some of the flaws that is there in the Digital Personal Data Protection Bill that has been cleared by the House to be introduced in the Parliament of India. Okay, so this article revolves around this. Okay, I hope you understood this topic. It was a short topic, but it may be helpful for the prelims exam, right? It may be asked anytime in future, right? So you should be knowing the information as well. Then with this, we came to another topic. Okay, this is, let's say, topic number 7. It says Supreme Court notice to Maharashtra Speaker in petition over disqualification proceedings. Okay, so we are going to discuss about this topic. Supreme Court notice to Speaker of Maharashtra. Okay, Supreme Court has given notice to the Speaker of Maharashtra and seeking disqualification proceedings. Okay, disqualification seeking information about disqualification proceedings. So we will understand this particular topic quickly. Basically, you might be knowing that in the state of Maharashtra, okay, in the state of Maharashtra, there was a political turmoil. Okay, there was a political turmoil leading to failure of the government. And that government was toppled in the sense people have, let's say, people have moved away from its party. So earlier, let's say, there was party A. Let's say party A was in power. Many of these people have moved to party B. They have moved to party B, which is in technical terms known as defection. Okay, in technical terms it is known as defection. Defection means when people move from one party to another party. Let's say I will discuss the technical aspects also related to anti-defection law. So when a person gets elected, right, when a person gets elected to a state legislative assembly or to, let's say, the Parliament of India, if they can be member of legislative assemblies or they can be MPs, right? if they, I mean, like, you know, get elected from one party and within 6 months or after 6 months they, let's say, like, you know, renunciate the first party, they leave the first party and join another party. So that amounts to defection, that is known as defection. Or let's say there is an independent member, and that independent member has, let's say, like, you know, has got elected and joined the house, and then he joins a political party. That will also be termed as defection. Apart from this, like, you know, so defection means, let's say, like, you know, the party, I mean, like, you know, it was elected, it came into power, they have let's say created government in that particular state, and people resign. If people resign from party A and if they join party B, so there will be instability in the government. And the same thing has happened in the state of Maharashtra also. There have been defections, and, like, you know, the Speaker of the House is also known as leader of the House. So Speaker of the House is considered to be a neutral person and who has to take a decision related to this defection matter. So if a person defects from his party, so the Speaker can take a decision related to disqualification of that matter, and, like, you know, that disqualification related matters are sought under something known as anti-defection law. Okay, in India we have anti-defection law. Okay, that anti-defection law is mentioned under 10th schedule of the Constitution of India. Okay, it is mentioned under 10th schedule of the Constitution of India. Okay, in short I am writing COI, but nowhere we write it like that. Okay, so just for your purpose I am writing Constitution of India. So what happens in anti-defection law? Okay, we are going to discuss about that also. Now here, let's say, like, you know, this is the house, and in house there is party A, there is party B, then people are, let's say, like, defecting from party A to party B. Okay, people are going. If some people goes, in that case the Speaker of the House, like the Speaker of the House may disqualify the member. Okay, may disqualify the member from the House citing defection. Okay, citing defection. But if more than, greater than or equal to 2/3 of the member, okay, greater than or equal to 2/3 of the member from party A, they move to party B. Okay, they move to party B. In that case, like, you know, this anti-defection law will not be applicable. Anti-defection law in the sense, like, you know, the people will not be disqualified. But what has happened in the state of Maharashtra, those people who were defecting, some of the people have defected, not all. The Speaker had to take a decision, and the Speaker, you know, did not take a decision, and he had delayed. And because of the delay of the Speaker, the people who have defected, right, they were not disqualified. And during this time, I mean, like, you know, they have the defected people, they have gone to some other state, let's say in the state of Assam, and they have had a meeting among themselves, and, like, you know, in the meeting they have, you know, connected many other people also, and they formed the government. So this matter, I mean, like, you know, since the Speaker delayed this particular thing, so the Speaker has led to, let's say, like, you know, profiting or benefiting. Okay, so the Speaker has benefited party B. Okay, it has benefited party B, but by not disqualifying the members who have defected from party A and gone to party B. Okay, so the Supreme Court of India, what it has done, it has issued a notice. Okay, it has issued a notice to the Speaker that, like, you know, you give us the reason why you have not taken a decision, timely decision on this particular defection matter. You either had to take a decision on the defection matter, or you had to take a decision about admissibility of the, let's say, like, you know, petition related to anti-defection. So this was the issue that was happening. Okay, so I hope you might have understood. We are not going to do detailed discussion about anti-defection, but, like, you know, this should be sufficient for a normal understanding on this topic. Okay, this should be sufficient for the time being. Now, so with this, let us move to another topic quickly. Okay, so let us move to another topic. It says, landslides cut off Nathula, other parts of Sikkim. Okay, so you might be knowing heavy rainfall is happening across India in many places. Even in Delhi, like we have had like heavy rainfall, and because of which, like we have flood situations in Delhi. So recently what has happened, like landslides has cut off the Nathula. So like why this topic is important? Because if we talk about Nathula, Nathula is a mountain pass. Okay, it is a mountain pass. Means, let's say like there is a mountain, there is another mountain, and between this, I mean like let's say there is a mountain, big mountain, and if you want to cross from here to here, you need to have a kind of pass. So one of the pass is Nathula. Okay, so this term Nathula was in news. It's a very important term because this is important for geography section. Okay, it is important for geography section. Because in geography, they ask questions, mapping based questions about where these mountain passes are located. Okay, Nathula, we have many such, mountain passes. Like we have Zojila, we have Manala, like that. So many such mountain passes are there. After this discussion, you go and identify the location of these mountain passes, locate them on a map, and make a short note about these mountain passes. There are many such mountain passes. Okay, Nathula, Zojila, Manala, and there are many such mountain passes. Locate them and remember their location from north to south direction. So that will help you to solve questions for the prelims exam. Okay, it will help you to solve questions for the prelims exam. So just to make you aware about the importance of this topic, I have included this. Okay, so this Nathula is located in the state of Sikkim. Okay, so border roads organization said its personals have started work to clear the highway and restore connectivity. This is just a news item, but this is significant. This is another very important topic. This topic is important for the prelims exam. Okay, for the prelims exam. Let's understand the importance of this topic. It says remembering long forgotten hero. So this topic is important for art and culture. Which section? Art and culture of the prelims exam. This is important for art and culture of the prelims exam. So let's discuss about this topic. It says a spate of programs including exhibition, heritage walk and talk is planned to celebrate the bicentenary year of Nawab Wajid Ali Shah, the latest king of Awadh, the last king of Awadh, who was a fine connoisseur of art. Okay, so an image of Wajid Ali Shah by Soumyadev Roy. Okay, so in this article they have discussed about a person, Nawab Wajid Ali Shah. He was the last king of Awadh. Okay, Nawab Wajid Ali Khan was the last king of Awadh, and he was himself a very he was himself a scholar of art. He praised art forms, he made art forms and all. So it is his 200 years, okay, 200 years birth anniversary. So for that, his great granddaughter has conducted, is conducting an exhibition. Okay, so that's why you need to understand where was Nawab Wajid Ali Shah located. Okay, so in this article they have mentioned that he was nearby the then British capital of India. British had its capital in India. That time when Great Britain was ruling, so nearby that British capital of British India at that time. So in Kolkata. Okay, so it is being celebrated in Kolkata. So you just need to understand about him. So you need to learn about Nawab Wajid Ali Shah. It will be important under art and culture or from modern history perspective. With this, we will quickly move to the next topic. Again, this topic is important. Why? Because we are going to understand about another thing. It says in jibe against China, Blinken rallies ASEAN countries against coercion. So now I am not writing the entire topic over here, but this topic is important under ASEAN, okay, because like ASEAN summit is happening, okay, ASEAN summit is happening. ASEAN stands for Association of Southeast Asian Nation, okay, Southeast Asian Nations, okay, ASEAN stands for Association of Southeast Asian Nations. So the Association of Southeast Asian Nation member countries are having a summit among themselves, and in that summit what they are doing the deliberation. But for that, like although the United States of America is not a member of it, okay, it is not a member, it has participated there, it has participated and held discussion with China. And these two countries, the USA and China, they are anti to one another in many fronts, okay, they are anti, means like they are rivals to one another in many fronts. So United States of America has, let's say, like like one of the official from United States of America has met with the official of China, and he has warned against China, okay, he has warned China that like some of the email hacking activity was done, okay, some email hacking activity was done, email hacking activity, okay, email hacking. Which email? Emails, official emails of officials of the United States of America. That hacking activity was done by Chinese, okay, by organization who are, let's say, Chinese state sponsored organization. So related to this, some discussion was happening. So you need to understand about membership of ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nation, okay, how many countries are members of it, and like which countries are not member of it, is India a member of it or not, right? So you need to understand this. For this you need to go and open the website of ASEAN, see the membership, and then like then make a short note related to this, okay. So now this is just an ongoing thing where like like different people from different countries, they have discussed, I mean like among themselves they have discussed against, let's say some of the things that are happening. They have discussed about South China Sea, East China Sea, like recently I have had a detailed discussion related to South China Sea and the problems that are happening over there. I have discussed about permanent court of arbitration, I have discussed about, let's say, 9-dash line, I have discussed about the UNCLOS, United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. Like many things we have discussed about geographical zonation also related to UNCLOS, okay. We have understood about International Seabed Authority also, lot of things like we have already discussed. Now let's discuss about this thing. Which of the following country is not a member of ASEAN? This is a question for prelims, this is for prelims practice only. It says, which of the following country is not a member of ASEAN? So India is not a member of ASEAN, so India will be the right answer. Indonesia is a member, Malaysia is a member, Cambodia is a member, okay. India is not a member of ASEAN, so correct answer would be option C, okay. Option C would be the correct answer. So you need to learn about the membership of these countries to be able to solve the question. In the explanation we have included the name of all the members of ASEAN, okay. So what is ASEAN? I will just read it out for you so that you understand it clearly, okay. I am reading out this for you. It says the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, okay. So focus on this particular discussion because it's going to help you to solve a question in the prelims exam. It says the Association of Southeast Asian Nations is a regional organization that brings together disparate neighbors to address economic and security issues, but the group's impact remains limited. And this is ASEAN, okay. We are talking about Association of Southeast Asian Nations, okay. ASEAN is an intergovernmental organization of 10 Southeast Asian countries, and these countries include Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Myanmar, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand and Vietnam. So these are the 10 member countries of ASEAN, okay. I am just clearing this. So these are 10 member countries of ASEAN. You need to remember their name, okay, because it is in news I mean like from last 1 week, time and again it is coming. So it is important that you remember their name. So the bloc's biggest success in recent year has been promoting economic integration among members. It also helped negotiate the RCEP. What is RCEP? RCEP stands for Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. Okay, full form of RCEP is Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. I am writing also for you, for those people who are beginners, because like you know, many a times it means okay, this RCEP, Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. This is the full form of RCEP. So if you are studying Indian economy, if you study economy, you will come to know about some of the terms that are connected with this. For example, the terms like common market, okay, terms like common market. Then we have free trade agreement, okay, free trade agreement, like that. There are many such, I mean like you know, terms that we study. The European Union is also one such like you know, grouping where they have established a common market for themselves. Okay, so these vary from one another in one or other aspect. So that's the thing. Now with this we came to another topic. I am going to be quick in covering this topic. It says rolling resurgence. Okay, rolling resurgence. The recent gains in taming inflation may start to unravel. Okay, this article talks about, I mean like you know, consumer price index. It talks about wholesale price index. Basically we are talking about inflation. Okay, we are talking about inflation. So in this article we are discussing about a concept which is known as inflation. Inflation means, we are talking about inflation. Inflation means general rise, okay, in prices of, okay, in prices of goods and services. Okay, when the prices of goods and services rise generally, that is known as inflation. And nowadays inflation is happening at a very broad level. Okay, inflation is happening at a very broad level nowadays. Okay, so inflation is happening at a very broad level. I mean like you know, you might have seen the consumer price index have suddenly gone up because the price of food grains, okay, price of food grains is also increasing. Food grains, let's say vegetables, they are increasing, and when price of these things increase, that is also known as headline inflation. It is also known as headline inflation. Okay, means like inflation that creates headline of newspaper. If let's say prices of oils go up, it suddenly appears in the newspaper. Okay, so that means it is headline inflation. If price of food commodities go up, it also like suddenly appears in the headlines of newspapers. So that is known as headline inflation. So inflation means when the price of goods and services increase over a period of time. And how do we tackle inflation? For tackling inflation, like you know, the government of India can take multiple measures, and some of the measures are taken by the Reserve Bank of India also. Okay, so Reserve Bank of India, RBI, has many tools with it, right? Tools to tackle inflation. Okay, they have tools to tackle inflation. Tools to tackle inflation. What they can do, they have multiple tools. I mean like you know, one of the tool is known as repo rate, other is known as reverse repo rate. Okay, reverse repo rate, etc. Okay, so the Reserve Bank of India can increase or decrease repo rate, reverse repo rate. Apart from this, it does have, these are quantitative measures. Apart from this, it does have many other measures that the Reserve Bank of India can take, right, to control the inflationary pressure in the market. Okay. So you need to understand about these economic concepts, these economic terms to be able to solve these things. Okay. So we discuss these concepts in detail in the classroom. We discuss about, let's say, like, bank rate, repo rate, reverse repo rate, the effect of these things on inflation and how do we control inflation, right? What is the role of RBI? What is the role of consumer, household consumer survey, right? And also we discuss about, the consumer price index. We discuss about wholesale price index. So this article that we were reading, that article just makes a commentary, like, what was the inflation level of which, type of good at a period earlier and now. So this topic discusses about this. So with this, like, we are going to take another topic quickly for discussion. Okay. This is another topic. It says goods exports slide 22% to 8 months low. Okay. So this topic is important under Indian economy section. Okay. It is important under Indian economy section for the prelims and for the mains exam. Now, when we talk about export and import, they are part of trade. Okay, they are part of macroeconomic trade. What kind of trade? Macroeconomic trade. Trade that India does, okay, India does with the rest of the world. Okay, rest of the world means it includes United States of America, China and other countries. Okay, and other countries. So when we are doing trade with other countries, okay, when we are doing trade with other countries, what we are doing actually, we are involved in a kind of import and export business. Okay, we are involved into import and export business. So how do we generate profit of, out of trade, out of doing import and export? When we export more, okay, when we export more, okay, when we export more, and when we import less, okay, when we import less, so we are going to make profit out of it. But this article says that good exports slide 22% to 8 months low. Means what is happening, like, according to this article, this has, this has like gone for a reverse trend. We see a reverse trend now. Reverse trend means we are exporting less, we are importing more. When we are exporting less, okay, it means we are importing more, and when we are importing, we have to pay them money, and there will be a trade deficit. Okay, it will lead to a kind of situation that is known as trade deficit. Okay, it will lead to a kind of situation that can be known as trade deficit. I am just writing over here itself, trade deficit. Trade deficit means we will have to pay to the others for the goods that we are importing from them. So it says goods export slide. I mean, like, the export that we were doing, it has gone down. So we are making less profit, we are making less money from exporting the things. Okay. So there are many concepts related to export and import, right? Many concepts, and most of the export and import that happens in goods, it happens through sea route. Okay. Export and import that happens, it happens through sea routes. And for sea routes, for doing trade through sea routes, there is a concept. There are many things that are part of this thing. Okay. If I talk about trade, there are many things associated with this. One of the term is known as bill of lading. Bill of lading. Bill of lading is issued by a shipper. Let's say, like, by a shipping company. It is issued by a shipping company, and that shipping company issues 3 copies of bill of lading. One for the owner of good, owner, other for this, let's say, shipper, and other, and the third copy, right? The third copy for the seller. okay, seller, like that. So bill of lading is a kind of document. This document is like, it gives ownership rights, to the of the goods to the person who has this particular document. There are concepts related to marine insurance, if in case the ship, let's say, like, sinks like on the way. Lot of concepts are associated with the trade related activities, but like we are not going to go into that particular discussion at this point of time. We just need to understand about, let's say, the concepts related to import and export, and how do we make profit, how do we make losses, like that. Okay. So with this, like, we have just one more topic left for today. We just have one more topic. This topic is, at G20 meet, India presses for responsible use of AI technology. Okay. So recently, now we are going to discuss about this concept. Topic number 12. We are going to discuss about G20 meet. Okay. So recently there was a meeting was held by Ministry of Defense, like some of the Ministry of the government, and so in that particular meet they have discussed about responsible use. They have discussed about responsible use of artificial intelligence in the realm of non-fungible tokens. Okay, you might have heard about non-fungible tokens also. There was a question in the UPSC prelims exam related to non-fungible tokens, right? I have also explained about non-fungible token in detail in earlier discussions. So in this article, if I talk about this article, so they have, like, met, the government have met, and they have talked about that the emerging challenges and the risk associated with the misuse of non-fungible token needs to be explored. Discussion, knowledge exchange and formulation of strategies to address this evolving threat landscape is necessary. So they together discussed about, like, what can be the problems of let's say artificial intelligence and, like, unauthorized use of non-fungible tokens or misuse of non-fungible tokens and all. So now with this, like, we have a question also for you, the last question we are going to discuss. It says, with reference to G20 summit, consider the following statements. Okay, these are the statements that are given related to G20 summit. It says the theme of India's G20 presidency, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, is drawn from the ancient Sanskrit text of Maha Upanishad. Okay, this statement is right. The concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam means the world is a single family. Okay, is drawn from the Sanskrit text of Maha Upanishad. This is right. Second statement, the G20 members represent around 85% of the global GDP. This is also right. And the third statement, the Ministry of Home Affairs conducted G20 conference on crime and security in the age of NFTs, non-fungible token, AI and metaverse. So the third statement is directly taken from the newspaper article that we just studied. Okay, all these statements are correct. It means option C is the right answer, all three. Here they have asked how many of the above statements are correct. So all the three are correct in this case. Okay, so what you can do, you can simply download this particular PDF from the description of the YouTube video. You can go through the solution and you can understand more about this particular topic. G20, like, we have also explained the we have given details of the members of G20 countries, like who are the members, because now India is holding the presidency of G20. So it is very important for you to understand about G20 in detail. Okay, so we have discussed in detail about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, one future. I mean, like, this is the theme of the G20 presidency of India. So that's all from my side for today. Thank you so much everyone for attending today's discussion. I hope you have a good day ahead. Thank you.